So now let's dig directly into artificial intelligence. And I'm going to share my screen and show you the basics of what is called ChatGPT. ChatGPT, you've all heard about it, but we now need to know how to use it, because of course everybody can play with ChatGPT, but not everybody knows how to use it. So I will share with all of you, and if you can't access it on the chat, we'll post it on ConnectAID.network, a repository of links where you can register. So registering to ChatGPT is very easy. So you will go to OpenAI. You really need to register. And then once you're registered once, your computer, your phone will recognize it, so you won't have to register again. And then we enter ChatGPT. ChatGPT gives you examples. It tells you that it's really good to help IT people, for example. It can do coding, can do anything. It talks about the limitations, that it can occasionally generate incorrect information. So remember that. It may occasionally produce harmful instructions and biased content. So it's written in big. So you always need to keep this in mind. And then it has limited knowledge of the world and events after 2021. So it's basing all its responses on knowledge that or on information that was here prior to 2021. If you want to have a higher version, so this is free, ChatGPT is free, but if you want to upgrade it to, you go right here, upgrade to Plus, and it's 20 euros per month. And then you have access to another version, which we're not going to go too much into, because it's it has information after 2021. It is a little bit faster. You can put, there is more for example, information about people, which is not the case with the 3.5 version. So let's start with a new chat. And I have prepared what is called some prompt. So a prompt is the text that you put on the send a message right here. So this is my prompt. So I say, hi, today is ConnectAID's webinar, because it knows I've been preparing for days. So today it's the webinar on how foundations, SDG actors, and NGOs can save time and resources. The audience, you can see my screen. You are live. Please introduce yourself. I'm just talking like if I were talking to a friend. And he's saying, hello, my name is ChatGPT, and I'm a large language model trained by OpenAI. I'm an artificial intelligence designed to assist and answer questions. I'm glad to be here today and provide any assistance that I can during this webinar. Great. So think of ChatGPT as your intern. Think of ChatGPT as your personal assistant that is really smart, that writes really, really well, but sometimes writes some things that are not so accurate. But most of you here are founders or directors. We are so busy. I don't know about you guys. I work sometimes, from 60, sometimes 80 hours a week, way too much. So everything that can save me time, please, So I'm going to ask, how can nonprofit organizations who are not IT experts can benefit from ChatGPT to save time and money to communicate and raise funds? Give me 5 brief sentences. Right away, it's responding that NGOs can use ChatGPT to create personalized chatbots that can interact and potentially with potential donors. It can respond to Q&As. It can help nonprofits automate their social media presence by generating and scheduling posts. It can you can use to analyze large amounts of data from your donors, from your supporters, from your program people that report back to you. Sometimes you don't have time to read the entire report. It can help you to generate personalized email and email campaigns, really good emails that are more likely to resonate with donors and increase engagement. And finally, it can assist you in creating engaging and informative video content. So those are only 5. I could have asked for 50, would have given me 50. Sometimes, so we'll talk about social media, but let's first talk about other aspects. For example, writing MOUs. Writing MOUs, you have an MOU with another organization, you copy and paste, and then you say, change it for this new partner. And it's right away, you've got your new MOU. It can really become your juridical assistant, actually, because it has so much knowledge. But let's say today I have a meeting with, let's say, La Mondre, and I'm late, really late. I have 2 seconds. I'm late for my meeting, so I don't have time to write like a super long email. So I'm just going to tell ChatGPT, I will be 15 minutes late to my meeting with La Mondre. Please write him an email. There you go. Sure, here is a draft email. Subject, Dear La Mondre, I hope this email finds you well. I wanted to let you know that I will be running approximately 15 minutes late. I apologize for any inconvenience. I'm still on my way and should be there as soon as possible, blah, blah, blah. Thank you. Best regard. To copy, paste, send. All right. So I've saved just like this, just for those emails. You said that one of the best thing I think for ChatGPT is to edit your text. Use it as an editor. So you copy and paste any text, and then there are different ways to ask ChatGPT. The best, if you only want the grammar, the language, the punctuation, just ask it, please edit language, grammar, punctuation. And then you copy the text and you have it. But you can also ask him to go beyond that and add to it or rephrase, or you can write something in telegraphic style, and right away it will give you the entire document that you need. For example, I want to give you an example. The other day, one of our NGO members, the Migration Consortium, sent me a long report that you guys were launching. Of course, I was super busy at that time. There were 3 other priorities. So what did I do? I copied and pasted this very long report, and I said, and I tell, oh wait, it's asking right away. Did I ask at the beginning? No. I didn't ask. I'm going to say stop generating. I'm going to go back here at the beginning. Go back. I edit my text and I say, please write a post for LinkedIn with hashtags and emojis about this report from ConnectAID's non-profit partner migration consortium. And it really doesn't matter if you type mistakes, because it understands everything. And then save and submit. And here is a possible LinkedIn post. I bet, Ola, when I sent it to you exactly 3 minutes after you sent me the report, I don't know if you thought I was working super fast, but no, I did use ChatGPT. And what I did, Of course, you always need to read again and again. Just like if an intern is drafting something for you, you can't just put it there. You need to read it again. And then when I did, I sent it back to Ola. And I said, Ola, is this okay? Is this okay, this text? Can I post this? And right away you said, yeah, this is great. And same for articles that you find online. You can find an article in a newspaper, and you ask it to summarize, to just give you a quote. Or there's so many things that you can do with ChatGPT. Now, an important thing with ChatGPT is at the beginning you have to ask to tell it. Where is my? It's right here. Sorry about that. So in your prompt, you need to ask what you want it to do. So I always start by act as. So act as a lawyer, act as. So here I'm asking it to act as a communication, social media and communication specialist or expert. And I'm asking it to write a social media content posting table for the month of April and May that includes the following. The more information you give, the best the result will be. In column 1, put the date. In column 2, put the content itself with hashtags and emojis. In column 3, describe the ideal image to use. And this you'll understand later with the Canva training, what we will do with that. The topic is the SDGs. Write 5 posts on international days, all using the Twitter format. I'm gonna ask him something important. I like to say that. I say, think outside the box, make every post very different, because sometimes it has a tendency to put like the sort of post that everybody does for those international days. Sure, here's an example. And date, like it's creating my template. All the international days for the coming month. And it's very brief. It's for Twitter, but it's, why not? I mean, international days. It's really a basic when you work in communication. You know, to have some communication, something about international days. Okay. Then I will ask it, for example, that for Earth Day, turn it into a LinkedIn post, because this is more for Twitter. So, wait, it's still generating. Okay. Earth Day, turn it into a LinkedIn post. Sure. A time to change. Today's Earth Day, a time to reflect on our impact on the planet and commitment to making positive change. At ConnectAID, we're working toward a more sustainable future for supporting projects that promote renewable energy, waste reduction, and biodiversity conservation. Join us in our journey. And it's telling us the ideal image that we want to post along with this. Now let's try something a little bit different, and let's use this opportunity to promote again our nonprofit members. I'm asking same table of content for the month of April that includes again the dates, but this time I want him to promote our members. So one about Bridges 2030, one about WGIC, FXB, Chipambele, and so on. And right away, it's giving me the text, which of course I will have to work on. I will have to edit. But, you know, I remember Barbara Ryan, for example, she was telling us that when we were working on things together, please send me a draft. I work better when I have a draft. You know, in French, we call this the blank page syndrome. I don't know if you can say that in English. The blank page syndrome, like this fear of this blank page. Well, with ChatGPT, nobody's going to have this fear anymore. And you're going to see your social media And it is predicted that I forgot the number, maybe half of the posts in the next 10 years will be generated by social media, because people are less afraid. They just, they have this draft, and it's just so much easier, so much easier. And you can still use your tone of voice. It really depends on what you ask it to do. What time is it? Do I need probably let's try something. Give me, you know what? It knows almost everything about you guys. Give me a presentation of ConnectAID's nonprofit part member, the World Geospatial Industry Council. It's one of, so it says, it's a global organization that brings together industry players, governments, academia to advance the use of the geospatial technologies. Knows everything, especially for the organizations that have had a website or information prior to 2021. If you're very new, it probably doesn't know you. And so here you've got you have a meeting with an organization, with a partner, you ask for information. You probably should go as well on Google to find the links, but it saves time. Let's try this. Turn this information into a PowerPoint presentation, just giving me the content for 4 slides on WGIC. Slide 1, WGIC content. It's a global nonprofit organization founded in 2018, blah, blah. Slide 2, slide 3, slide 4. Here you go. You've got your PowerPoint ready. You just have to take the information. Now let's try another one for your website. It's so good for a website. Okay, let's stop generating. Create a homepage content for Chipambele Wildlife Education Trust in Zambia. There you go. You've got your homepage content. Welcome to Chipambele, a nonprofit based in Zambia dedicated to promoting conservation, education, and wildlife protection. Our initiatives include, join us. Here you go, you've got your homepage content. But again, you need to work on it after that. Don't use it right away to put it on your website, but it can also help you with SEOs, for example. Well, I just want to finish with one thing before I go over to Tanya. As the founder of my organization, I work with many people, many community advocates. I'm being asked all the time to write letters of recommendation. Sometimes I lack inspiration, and you know what? I remember when I was younger at the UN, some people would ask, like, "Oh, can you do a draft for me?" Well, you don't have to ask for a draft anymore for letters of recommendation. Here I'm write a recommendation letter on my behalf, Gaelle Mogli, for Tanya Kini, the one who's going to speak right after. She worked as ConnectAID communication officer for the past 3 years. She's smart, great, fun, team player, dynamic, creative, expert in Canva, and so forth. Okay, you're not going to write a letter like this. It doesn't look professional at all. I just really wrote it in telegraphic style. Here you go. And dear hiring manager, I'm writing to highly recommend Tanya. And Tanya has worked with ConnectAID for 3 years. During this time, she has proven to be an invaluable member of our team. She's exceptionally smart, fun, and dynamic, also well-written. And here we go, Tanya, this is now your turn. You have your letter of recommendation. Now, this is your turn to show us what we can do with Canva Pro, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
Thank you so much for that letter, Gaelle. That was a wonderful transition into my part. So I'll be quick enough. What I'm going to be showing everybody is another aspect of artificial intelligence, of AI, which a lot of us don't realize that we actually still continue to use. I don't know for those who may remember, but there used to be this very small clip emoji in the earlier versions of Microsoft, where if you typed in a word, it would give you a thesaurus suggestion, or perhaps maybe even it would show you shortcuts on how to cut, copy, paste, or cut, control, paste. I'm showing my age here, but anyway, let's get to it. So what I'm going to be sharing with everybody today for about 5 minutes maybe or so is Canva. So I've recently fallen in love with Canva over the last 2-3 months. Canva is a design platform primarily for making all the content that you create from your organization, whether it is presentations, social media posts, videos, websites, etc. Giving it that little extra oomph. It is especially helpful to people who may not consider themselves creative enough, or perhaps even understand how colors work, understand whether certain placement of objects and pictures look good. The reason why I say that Canva itself is also an AI tool is because simple things like typing in, let's say, a poster for a webinar. So let's say we want to create a poster for the upcoming webinar, communication and AI. So I just type poster for webinar and I press enter. Browse high quality posters for webinar templates for your next design. So I can scroll down and I can see, okay, what are these kind of, there's lots of different templates to choose from, whether I want a person's picture, whether I want a generic picture. If I want it for a specific platform, I go to category and I can say, okay, business social media, do I want it for an Instagram post? Whatever kind of social media platform I want for. So the possibilities are endless in Canva. But the point here is I'm not going to be showing you going through Canva because we have a lot of resources already available on Canva for this. So like I said, this is the social media kind of post. What we will do is, this is the page that I want to talk about specifically. So earlier this year, Gaelle and I have been exploring options on how to get the most out of the tools that we are using for our social media and communications efforts. Not just because we would like to communicate about our brand, but we would also like to help nonprofits and our members and our partners essentially communicate their mission, the impact that they're doing, the stories that they're creating, the help that they're giving, in a way that allows them to make the most out of it. So I stumbled upon Canva for nonprofits. Now, why is Canva for nonprofits important for everybody is because it's an easy application process. If you are registered as a non-governmental organization or a nonprofit in over 70 countries, according to their eligibility guidelines, you have to simply submit the document, a couple of documents, and within 2 days, they will get back to you approving your application, and you will be able to use Canva for free. Now, someone may ask me, Tanya, but I know about Canva, and Canva already has a lot of features for free accounts, and it's quite cool. And why do we need to go through this process of application? To them, I will say, you are right, but also there are two very special features that I feel would make a lot of difference to nonprofits if they choose to apply for this account. One is the brand kits. So these features come with the premium account. These are called premium features. And how do you distinguish between premium features is what I will show you over here. Sorry, apologies. I'll show you over here. If everybody can see this little Crown Pro. So this is Golden Crown and it's written Pro. And Canva Pro subscribers get this template for free, which means that it is a paid feature. So if you do not have a paid account or if you do not have a Pro account, you will not be able to use this template. So to ensure that you are able to access all the resources on Canva without having to pay anything, so that the monetary resources that your organization has can be diverted towards other operations and other projects. I would suggest those who are very interested can check out this website. Again, links will be shared at the end of the webinar on our ConnectAID network platform. So we start off with the brand kit. So the brand kit basically has the following. This is as simple as getting all the colors and fonts that you want so that you are able to use these main designs in design components in every graphic that you create. So we have the logos, we have the main highlight colors, and we have fonts for every possible text level. So from the title, subtitle, etc. And then we have photos that we can use. So here we've uploaded all our partner logos. And finally, at the end, we have icons. So the icons that we have decided we would use were all the Sustainable Development Goals, SDG icons. This is one feature of the Pro account that I think would really help, especially in organizations where they are trying to understand how to create their brand. Because once you are able to create a brand strategy, you are then able to establish a sense of consistency and a sense of uniformity across your social media and other communications. And once you are able to design communication products in a way that appeals to people, and then also use ChatGPT perhaps to get drafts of content of text that you can include, the job of designing communication products becomes very, very easy. The second aspect of having a pro account on Canva is the content planner. And this is where what Gaelle did earlier in terms of creating a content posting table comes into play. So here I have gone to the homepage, I've gone to the apps, and I've gone to content planner. The content planner here is basically like a calendar of events. You can add in your own events, or Canva's AI has added in certain world events that it thinks is necessary. So let's scroll down and, well, hey, look. So April 22nd, Earth Day, which is the same international day that the ChatGPT highlighted. So let's click on Earth Day and see. What does it do? So it gives us suggestions for templates that we can use. Suppose, let's say it is April 21st. It is 7 p.m. You've just finished work and you're ready to wind down for the rest of the night. Suddenly you get a message from one of your employees or one of your advocates or one of the people who work for you and say, oh no, we are supposed to be posting something for Earth Day tomorrow. We are an organization that advocates for SDGs. We're an organization that works in the SDG sector. How can we not post something for Earth Day? And you're like, oh no, but this will require us time to think about what do we write, what kind of post do we do? We have to create the graphic, we have to create it for several social media platforms. We also have to update our page. Have no fear. Go to the content planner, you know that Earth Day is there, or you can even type it in the templates over here. You can even type it in the template section over here where you say Earth Day. And it'll give you Earth Day posters, Earth Day Instagram posters, Facebook posts, etc. But let's go here. So we already have the templates ready. And let's say we want to click this. This looks kind of cute. So we will click on it and it gives us a template. But we say it's just Earth Day 2022 and an image. So let's go back to our templates and we can keep scrolling down, view more templates. But for the sake of time, let's click this one. This seems like a nice image. So, all right. So I like this font for the sake of brevity. I like this font. I like the picture. I don't necessarily care for the text here. So we are going to go over to this document over here where earlier Gaelle created a list of suggestions for text that we can put in. I like this one. So let's copy this, go back to our template, and we select, so we've selected the text box, highlighted it, pasted it, done. Okay, it's good to go. For now, let's say it's good to go. Now we go to the top right-hand corner, we click share. So now we have over here. Now you can copy the link and share it with your team for the sake of judging and for the sake of them asking whether it's a good design or it's a good graphic. You can also download it on your own and post it on your own social, or you can schedule it. So we go to schedule. So we select a channel. For now, I have linked my Twitter channel, but you'll have to link your accounts accordingly. So we click this account. And then we say, oh no, but we don't have any text. Okay, let me go back to the document again. What did another caption that Gaille's suggestions and prompts on ChatGPT gave us? So we go back here, we click here, we go back here, we take the hashtags from here, we space. Okay, so we'll maybe perhaps remove this. Let's remove this as well. Okay, so it's within word limit. And then we click schedule. It's preparing my design. And then now, okay, my post has been scheduled to my Twitter account for Saturday, April 22nd, 9:39 p.m. Why Saturday, April 22nd, 9:39 p.m. is because that's Earth Day. So we'll go and check on Content Planner. And my story has been created. This is the post, I can see. So this is the name of the template. This is the dimensions of the image. Obviously, this image is wrong for the Twitter account, but let's say that it is been scheduled on Instagram for an Instagram story. This is the caption, and that's it. And so we scroll down, and we can see that the post has been scheduled. And that is how, in a matter of maybe 10 minutes, you can schedule posts for a particular day on Canva Pro. Now, of course, I've skipped through a lot of steps. Some people may be wondering, oh, but like, how do I get to know more about Canva? How do I understand what kind of other templates it offers? What kind of things it happens? So what kind of things it can do? So I would suggest going to this page. So we go to the Canva homepage, which is over here. We go to Learn, and we go to Getting Started, which is over here. And here they have very quick videos about, if you can see, 1 minute, 1.5 minute videos, which will give you a primer on how to understand Canva, where to get started on.
ChatGPT, we talked about Canva. Maybe we need to talk about Hootsuite. Hootsuite is, it's quite nice because you can schedule all your posts all together and send them all together. So you just go into to creating a new post. I did a draft this morning so that we could go fast. So that's for World Health Day. I created a draft, and see, you add here all the social media accounts that you want. You create your post. Here, it's the LinkedIn. Here, it's the Twitter, because you know that on Twitter it has less words. And also, if you add Instagram, it's not the same format. So you schedule your post like this. You decide on the day. So it's actually tomorrow, and you just go save and schedule. Here you go. Hootsuite. You've got the free version for 15 days, so you go ahead. I mean, it saves you time. You're going on holidays. You're not going to be able to communicate for a long time. Use it. Use those 15 days. Then, as a nonprofit, you can ask for a discount. You can get 70% off. It's okay, but still you have to pay $35, which I think is too much. But you still have the free version, which is being able to schedule 2 platforms at the same time. Now, in the document that we've shared with you, or that we will share with you, there are lots of links to what is called the Chrome Web Store. This is so cool, so easy. You click on the link, ChatGPT for Twitter, and you go Ajouter à Chrome, that's French, my computer is French, add to Chrome. It says extension guard, it's blocked. I don't know why my computer is blocking it. I decided to install it anyway. And it does really, really cool things. Same for another one. That is for LinkedIn, ChatGPT for LinkedIn. I've already installed it. And I'm going to show you, it's so nice. One thing, when you go on social media, one thing, you need to be constantly present. You need to post, especially on LinkedIn, you need to post, let's say 3 times a week, one article per month, but you need to engage with your audience. This is the trick for communication. Engage as much as possible. So you need to invite people who are active, but you also need to respond to comments, to respond to things. Let's find one. Deborah asked this question. I'm looking for a post. Let's go to Helen Clark. So here I'm highlighting this text, and I do, because I put this extension, and then I press Control M, poof, ChatGPT, and I say comment, keep text brief, and that's it. Just comment on this, because instead of, the comments really help you promote a post. So as many comments as you have, the more views there will be to your post. So always remember, when somebody comments to your post, comment on their comments. So you can comment on their comments many people do that because it really promotes your post. Sometimes you lack inspiration. So let's, here it will give me, okay, so it's taking the post from Helen Clark, and it's giving me a comment. Congratulations, Helen, on your impressive accomplishment and leadership roles in various organizations. Thank you for your contributions. So I'm going to copy that. Copy that. Go here. Comments, check, and then send, post. Here you go. You've got a comment. So it really, sometimes I used to always use the same hashtag, life on purpose or bravo, or emojis, just emojis as a comment. Well, now with this tool, so it's so easy. You click on the link, you put it on Chrome, and then once you are on your, actually you don't even have to put Control M. You can just go to this. It added a new item. It's comment through that, and so let's comment on the United Nations Foundation. Comment. Up. Here you go. So certainly, well, see, it saves you so much time. The other one that I showed you was for Twitter. For Twitter, let's go to one of Adam's posts, one of the latest posts that he wrote about his book, The No Mail Manifesto. Okay, so I will click on the text, then Control M, and it's not working because somehow did I? Well, normally it works. You do Control M. No. You right click. It's different from you right click, and you've got this one. This one is hashtag. It generates hashtag. This is so cool. You select your text, and then it gives you all the hashtags that are the best, that will help you to promote your post. So really, really incredible. One last thing, when we were talking about design, for all your organizations, it's very important that you have a design that makes sense in a visual way when you look at the whole thing. So what we do, we create quotes with blue, very simple blue formats like this, and that way it gives space. So nice, because it's very important to always think of your Instagram account with the perspective of, all your pictures together, because you can have excellent pictures one by one. If they're all stuck together and with too many things written, it will look unprofessional. So try to do something like this where you give it space.